We are celebrating President's Day in a unique fashion with our friends from Learning RX. Of course, welcome back Michelle Hecker-Davis with Learning RX. And then we have our good friend Connor. Nice to meet you. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so you are obviously celebrating President's Day very festively. But this is a learning activity that you do. Introduce us to the activity and tell us how it works.
Yes, so a really neat thing that we do at Learning RX is we train very specific cognitive skills like memory and attention and visualization. And with the President's activity, all of our students actually, and this is children, adults, all ages, learn to name the U.S. presidents forwards and backwards in a very fast time. And it's because they're using this visual memory exercise where they picture the first president is a man watching a ton, and so that's for President Washington. And the president for Van Buren is a van chasing a bear who's running. So Van, Bear, Run is Van Buren. So eventually you learn all these pictures, and then in your mind you can access visually to remember all the names.
So is it almost like watching a video in your head when you're going through these names?
Yeah. That's the goal.
How easy was it for you to pick up on this and to learn this? Tell me about your experience working with Michelle.
Well, I was very nervous when I first started. I was like, Mom, I don't know if I can do this. I don't really want to do it. And then when I started training and kept going, I started learning this is very helpful. And I don't know how else I would be able to have brain skills like this if it wasn't for Learning RX.
Right. So are you starting to use these skills in other areas? Are you noticing some carryover, like at school, and some of these tips and tricks you're learning?
Yeah.
Is it making a difference?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, one of the things he mentioned was his, he feels like some math skills are coming along, like he's just able to do math more easily, right? Was one of the things he mentioned.
Is it making school more fun?
Yeah.
I mean, school's not fun, but as fun as it can be, right?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me a little bit more before we get into, I want to see him do this. And of course, I know we have a video.
Yes.
We're going to have you do it at the end of this interview, but we do have a video of you reciting the presidents and also playing the drums. So talk about kind of doing this multiple approach strategy.
Yeah, so this contest that we do every year, and this is a national contest through all the Learning RX centers. There's about 84 around the country. And the goal is to have students that are naming the U.S. presidents and also doing something distracting at the same time or something that they really have to focus on, because we train attention skills and multiple focusing. And so it's really cool to see in this winning video, you know, he was playing the drums and really focusing on that, but also naming the presidents. And so he actually won the national contest, which was pretty exciting because he won a $100 Amazon gift card.
Congratulations. That's crazy. I mean, playing the drums is hard to begin with. Naming all the presidents is hard to begin with. Did you ever think you'd be able to do that when you first said, hey, I'm going to try this?
I was like,
yeah, my face exactly.
I don't know about this.
Well, you surprised yourself, though. You were able to do it. That's fantastic.
Like in the car driving home, Mom was like, oh, wait, presidents while drumming. And I was like, okay, that's a really good idea. And
So it was Mom's idea. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Which Mom and Dad are here. They're, of course, very proud parents, I'm sure. Before we get you, again, to do the presidents, just remind everyone at home a little bit more about Learning RX. I know you mentioned earlier it's for all ages, all levels. You know, just dive into that real quick.
Yeah, so when you get into the different skills that affect learning, you'll find that everybody uses their memory skills on a daily basis. If you're at work or at home or wherever, memory is a big skill that can be trained. The way that our brains work is that they need exercise. So when you give your brain exercise with memory, with attention, with different processing speed skills, you know, you can make your brain work better and more efficiently and faster. And so that affects anything from math to reading comprehension to problem solving to, you know, faster ACT, SAT scores, or to daily remembering your coworkers' names, or
I need help with that.
I mean, there's a lot that you use your brain for, so it needs exercise, and that's what we do at Learning RX. Is we just provide a very personalized plan and a coach to help make sure that we meet the goals that you have.
And it's not just memory. I mean, like you mentioned, your math skills are getting better. You know, everything from math to grammar, literature, all across the board.
Yes. It's
so
really fun.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Connor. Can you name all the presidents?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, Roosevelt, Taft, Wilson, Harding, Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump.
Wow.
That was fast.
Good job. That's awesome. Congratulations. Happy President's Day on that note. And you heard from Conor yourself that Learning RX is fun, that it's made a difference for him in the classroom. If you or a family member would like more information, then give Michelle a call and get started. And again, this is for all ages, even those of us working adults that might need to give our brains a little bit of boost. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Again, Conor, congratulations on winning that national prize. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, we're going to check in on this week's Tech Bite.